Oh, okay. It's Eagles, it's Packers. It's all happening right here on Good Morning Football, presented by Bass Pro Shops. We're live in New York City. Happy Wednesday. We've got Whiteboard Wednesday. We've got Fantasy Face-Off coming up. We have some incredible guests. We have Peter Schrager, Kyle Bryant. You are absolutely terrifying me today.
I'm ready to rock.
Why are you so lit right now?
Because it's Wednesday, and it's the NFL, and we got some good football, and Kay got on red because she on fire.
I'm a little terrified.
Okay, girl.
I'm a little scared
with
of
the red
music.
lipstick, too.
5 a.m. meeting, full disclosure, like you were on an 11 out of 10 already.
I'm in a good mood, Kay.
Nate walked into the
What am I
meeting
in
this
for
morning
today?
with Jimi Hendrix's Purple Haze playing,
Yes.
and wearing an all
Umbro
tracksuit.
Unbelievable.
Well, listen, excuse me while I kiss the sky. Let's get to the show.
Hey, you know what we need? We need some cool plays.
Let's do that.
The wildest, wackiest plays from this past weekend. Schrager makes hipster references
Look at
and
that
said,
guy.
what is Mahomes doing? Oh, my goodness. We're also going to go back in time. Guys, did you know during World War II, the Steelers and Eagles combined teams, and they were called the Steagles? I'm not making that up.
Yes,
That is
you
a
are.
real thing. Do you know teams used to play for the Brunswick Bulky Colander Cup? That's also a real thing.
Was Demolition Smithers on that team?
Overtime. Yes. No, these are real, okay? I'm actually not making these up. And which head coach is Nate going to give a face tattoo to? Is it Doug Marrone? Is it a team that's 0-3 and really needs a win? Nate's got all kinds of stuff today. He on the sauce.
What is this show today?
We're there.
The Steagles. The Steelers and Eagles became the Steagles. You can look it
Time
up.
for the lead block.
Lead block.
Oh, boy. Thursday Night Football kicks off right here on NFL Network. It is Eagles and Packers. And earlier this week, Eagles head coach Doug Peterson asked about what stands out to him most about this Packers defense that has been stout so far this season.
What jumps out, what I've seen so far, one, obviously, offense is being efficient and being able to score early. Defense has been opportunistic. I mean, you look at this game, yesterday against the Broncos, a couple turnovers there, one before half and then in the third quarter that caused, or allowed, 14 points. This defense is very opportunistic. They can give you a lot of problems on third down. They'll play 5, 6, 7 DBs. And they got Coach Pettin's got a pretty good, blitz package. So short week, we got to prepare and get ready to go.
Thankfully, our defense has not only been opportunistic but stout, holding them to field goals in the red zone, taking the ball away, putting us in good field position. It's time for us to do our part on offense moving forward. We're going to play some, a stretch of really good football teams, and at some point, we can't expect our defense to shut everybody down. They have been, but at some point, the offense is going to have to wake up and start making some plays.
I don't want this offense to wake up because they are 3-0 and their quarterback is saying that they are struggling. They're not firing on all cylinders yet. The Eagles, on the other hand, with Super Bowl aspirations and expectations, are 1-2. Nate, which of those two starts is more surprising to you?
You know what? I'm going to say it has to be the Packers, for the simple fact that, for so long the Packers have been dominant. And then they had this slide where they were sitting behind the Bears, sitting behind the Vikings, who picked up Kirk Cousins and had a fantastic run over the last couple of years. Aaron Rodgers, in my opinion, is one of the most talented dudes in the business. I didn't think that they were going to start this hot. I thought that the Bears were going to run away with this. And it seemed like Aaron Rodgers all of a sudden found a swagger this offseason. He was calm. He didn't do much talking. And it's been surprising in the sense that all of a sudden I'm considering these guys to take the division, when before the season started, it was the Chicago Bears. I wouldn't go Eagles as surprising because they're so banged up.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, the surprise is not that the Packers are 3-0, it's that how they're doing it, right? Their defense is leading the way, and Rodgers spoke about it, and Doug Peterson mentioned it. What's fascinating to me is just how dominant this defense is, and it's not that different than what we've seen the past few years. They added two big players, Preston Smith and Zadarius Smith. They added Darnell Savage, the rookie, who's fantastic. But it's the same defensive coordinator. It's a lot of the same guys, and they're just getting to the quarterbacks. What Rodgers said was great. Not only are they not giving up a lot of points, they're stout. So when teams are marching the ball downfield, they stop you in the red zone. Look at these numbers. Who knew? Who knew coming to the season that Mike Pettin's defense would be the second best defense in the league, tied for third in sacks, lead him in takeaways? I think we all
I didn't.
knew.
They lost Mike Daniels and Ha-Ha. I had no expectation for this defense this year.
Absolutely. And, Kay, when you hire an offensive head coach and you have all the drama with McCarthy, you think, okay, it's going to be Rodgers throwing up 40. That offense hasn't been great. The offense hasn't even gotten going. So the surprise to me of both of these teams is that the defense is the horse and the cart is the offense being carried by that defense. Is it sustainable? These things are sustainable. When defenses lead the way, offenses could always catch up. I'm amazed at how great the D has been. And Mike Pettin, kudos to him because they retained him. He was there last year.
Yeah.
They blew out everyone else. They kept their defensive coordinator. He's got these guys balling.
I go completely the other way, guys. I'm not surprised that an Aaron Rodgers Packers team is 3-0, at least not compared to the fact that I think the Eagles are playing a playoff game this week. Like, that's a surprise. I thought this was a 13-3 juggernaut, never mind the Cowboys. This is everything. Carson Wentz, welcome to your first playoff game. You can't go 1-3. I don't care how many good players are on your team. And I don't know if the Eagles are one of these teams that they need to taste blood and lose a few rounds before they start to turn their rings around. I don't know if Kelsey needs to get the mummer suit on and call out Whiteside and Mac Hollins. But they're not making enough plays. You know what the problem is? Carson Wentz is healthy and Carson Wentz is good. And they're still losing. And they're mad. They're really, really mad. Guys, Fletcher Cox, who usually does not have much to say, just all about ball.
Silent.
He went on the Twitter machine and started calling people out. TJ Lang, the former lineman, ran a clip of Fletcher Cox getting blocked onto the ground. Fletcher came right back and said, good thing you retired because Ray Charles can see I tripped on this. Wow. #clown. Then the next tweet was, I got time today. Now, if you know Fletcher, that is not him. Lane Johnson's saying no excuses. He's dropping F-bombs. If this is the special team that put on the dog mask and the statues and all that, it's time. Because if you go 1-3, see you later. That's it. Playoff game.
And you mentioned them being injured. I'm super surprised. This is a team that I thought had so much depth at every position that it didn't matter if they had injuries. Lots of teams have injuries. They have their franchise quarterback. I don't know how much better we can expect Carson Wentz to play against the Packers on Thursday night for them to get a win. They might have Alshon Jeffrey back, but that's why you draft J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. That's why you take Dallas Goedert last year, for these guys to step up. 7 drops in this last game. And where's the pass rush? This is like their calling card of what we expect. Chris Long retires. They send Michael Bennett away. He had 2 sacks with the Patriots so far this season. That equals the amount of sacks this entire team has had in Philadelphia. Just 2 sacks on the year. Rodgers, that line is protecting him. Where are those waves that we're used to that won them the Super Bowl? That needs to happen. And I don't know, Brandon Graham got paid, and they all need to come to play.
Yeah, no doubt. Can I quickly call somebody out being the wide receiver? Because I'm always complimentary.
What do you got?
Devontae Adams, where you at, fam? Listen, you've been balling over the last few years. 35 touchdowns was the second to Antonio Brown. He's not in the league, so really, that's first overall. So, dude, you need to ball out. 198 yards through 3 games and 0 TDs. You're supposed to be Aaron Rodgers' red zone monster. Devontae, I'm a big fan. We're big fans. Where are you at? I need you to step up for your team. If they're 3-0 without you balling out,
that scares me.
How dangerous are they going to be when he catches a rhythm?
That scares me that they're 3-0 without him even catching a single touchdown.
Aaron Rodgers is glowing about how clean his jersey is after the game. I thought it was a Tide tie-in. No, it's the real thing. It's like, nobody touched me. Go get him.
It's Eagles at Packers on NFL Network. It is the Thursday night game right here on NFL Network, Fox, and streaming on Prime Video. Okay, we have another huge NFC matchup. It's Sunday night, Cowboys and Saints. Let's dig into that one. But first, let's flash back to Week 13, 2018, for a little refresher on how that matchup ended last time around.